Hello children, today we are going to see sorting materials into groups. In that video, whole lesson we are going to cover here. So at the end of this video, watch carefully. Now in that sorting material into groups, first of all we are going to see here objects around us. So when we go to see in our surroundings, there is so many varieties of objects are present around us, and these all are made up of different materials are used for making these objects, and these all objects are present in our surroundings. Yes, no. Now sorting means separation of the material. How we can separate the materials? This is going to see in that lesson. Here in that group there is a number of objects are present. Some are made up of plastic, some are made up of metal, some are made up of glass, and some are made up of wooden. Yes, number of materials are used to making these objects. Now what are these materials? Objects and materials they are made of. Suppose we take here plates, means thali. Thali is made up of steel, glass, plastic, in any other. Yes, no. Pen is made up of plastic, metals, likewise. Other things we are take here. Pencil. This pencil is made up of wood and charcoal, likewise. For making objects, there is a number of materials are used. So material, second column is different type of objects that are made from the same material. So material, object made up of these materials. So this wood is a material. By using this wood, there is a chair, table, plugs, block carts, and its wheels. All are made up of using a wood. Second one is a paper. By using the paper, which materials or which objects are used here? Books, notebooks, newspaper, toys, calendars. Likewise, leather using, there is a making a belt, shoes. Yes, no. By using a leather, belt and shoes and purse, chappals. In our daily routine life, in our home, there is so many things are present. They are made up of plastics. Cotton. By using the cotton, there is a cotton threads. Clothes are also made up of. So what do we find from these tables? First, we grouped the object in many different ways. Then found that object around us are made up of different materials. So what we conclude these tables? By using the one material, there is so many objects are made. Now we see here properties of materials. Properties of materials means it is a soft or hard. Okay, how it is looks like, it is a luster or non-luster. So all these are the properties of the material. Means how we can identify properties of the materials. We identify by of this appearance. Suppose materials using look different from each other. Wood looks very different from iron. Iron appears different from a copper or aluminium. At the same time, there may be some similarities between iron, copper and aluminium that are not there in wood. So these iron, copper and aluminium, these are the metals, and there is a similarity is that one means they all are the lusters. Lusters means they are a shiny in nature. So activities that collect small pieces, different materials, paper, cardboard, wood, copper, wire, aluminum sheet, chalk, do they all these appear shiny? Separate the shiny materials into a group. So which we are collected here some things: paper, cardboard, wood, copper wire, aluminum sheet, chalk. All these we are collected, and do any of these appearance shiny? So out of all these things, which material, which object is shiny here? So shiny objects we are going to separate here. So separate the shiny material into a group. In that group, we separate the shiny objects. Shiny means which are the bright, which are look like a shine. These shiny objects we are going to separate here. So do you notice such a shine or luster in the other material? Cut them anywhere as you can. Repeat this in the class with as many material as possible. So when we go to cut the metals, that time at the cut end here they are a shine. Okay, we take one rod of iron and cut it. That time when we cut the rod of iron, that time at the edge of the cut here they are a shine, because cutting piece of material to see if they have a luster. So when we take a wood and cut it, that time wood is shine or not? No, wood is not shine. Only metals are shine. Means metals are in a luster. And there is a hardness. Shine, lusters means they are a shiny object. Non-lusters means they are a non-shiny objects. And after that, second property of material is a hardness and soft. Soft material is a soft. Which material is soft? Is a material which can be compressed or scratched easily are called a soft material. And while some other materials which are difficult to compress are called a hard. Compress means हम उसे तोड़ मरोड़ नहीं सकते, उसे वो क्या है, हार्ड मटेरियल है. सॉफ्ट मटेरियल मीन्स कंप्रेस्ड. सॉफ्ट मटेरियल मीन्स इजीली हम उसे मरोड़ सकते हैं. दिस इज द सॉफ्ट मटेरियल. इन अपीयरेंस मटेरियल कैन हैव डिफरेंट प्रॉपर्टीज लाइक लस्टर, हार्डनेस, बी रफ और स्मूथ. कैन यू थिंक of other properties that describe the appearance of a material? So soft, hard, this one is the property. Luster, non-luster, this one is the property. Smooth, rough, this one is also property. These all are the properties of the material. Now next things we are going to see here, soluble or insoluble. Some materials are soluble and some materials are non-soluble. Soluble means which is completely dissolved in the water and make a solution. This one is the soluble. Insoluble means which is not dissolved into the water. Okay, it's remain as it is. There is no any change into the solution. So this one is the insoluble. So here for example, activity is given here. So collect sample of some solid substances such as sugar, salt, chalk powder, sand and sawdust. Take 5 glasses or beakers. Fill each one of them about 2/3. Add a small amount of teaspoon of sugar to the first glass, salt to the second, and similarly add a small amount of the other substances into the other glasses. Stir it contents of each of them with a spoon. Wait for a few minutes. Suppose what we do here, take a 5 beakers and you fill this beaker half of water, and in that water you first beaker you add a sugar, second beaker you add a salt, third beaker you add a sand, fourth beaker you add a chalk powder, fifth beaker you add a sawdust. Means after the adding of all these things, you stir it continuously one by one and wait for some time. What you see here, sugar is not seen in that beaker because sugar is completely dissolved. Salt is also completely dissolved into the water. We notice that sugar added beaker and salt added beaker, there is a and salt is completely disappear and they are dissolved into the water. It means that these substances are soluble in water, and sand, sawdust, chalk powder, these are not completely dissolved into the water. Sand is settled down at the bottom. Okay, sawdust, chalk powder, they are float on the water. Oil is also float on the water. That time oil, sawdust, chalk powder, these all are not dissolved in water. They are insoluble in water. Due to the transparency of the material is also divided into opaque, transparent and translucent. Now those substances or materials through which things can be seen are called transparent. See, what is the transparent? Those substances or materials through which things can be seen are called transparent. So for example of this one is a glass, water, air, or some plastics, and some plastics are example of a transparent material. On the other hand, there are some materials through which you are not able to see. These materials are called opaque materials. On the other hand, there are some materials through which you are not able to see. These materials are called opaque. Opaque means we can't see what is behind this one. So this is the opaque material. Example of this one is the wood, cardboard and metals. Okay. Now what is the translucent material? The materials through which object can be seen but not clearly are known as a translucent material. Now what are the translucent? The materials through which objects can be seen. See here. See, this is the torch and we kept our palm on the torch. That time what you see, there is a redness is seen, but we can't see clearly what is present in that. Okay. The materials through which objects can be seen but not clearly are known as a translucent. Opaque, transparent and translucent. These three are the also properties of the materials. So you understood now? Opaque means we can't see through this. This is the opaque. We see but not clearly. This one is the translucent. We see through this material clearly. This one is the transparent. These are the three properties of the material. So in that lesson we are covered all these things. This is all about sorting material into groups. See our next lesson, separation of substances. Okay, thank you.